Skype?
Yeah.
Oh. So as I was like weaning myself off the Selexa, like 5 milligrams at a time, it was like the world was starting to come back into focus and get like really clear. Which is interesting because when I went on the Selexa, it was like my senses were all really, really like heightened. It was like when I first started taking them, I mean, just colors, light, everything was like very sharply outlined. And then after a while, that all kind of like went away. And so when I started coming off the Celexa, that I started getting that all back again. And like I said, I found myself when I was completely off. I'm extremely stressed out, so all its benefits were like gone because I couldn't pay my bills, my credit cards. I could barely pay my rent. There wasn't that much work. I missed like all the big paying work because I had taken low budget jobs. And emotionally, I was a mess because I got involved with someone who was really, really bad for me. So I had to start taking action. Like it was like waking up and saying, okay, you know, I got to take control of the situation. But unfortunately, with money, I had to go bankrupt. And that was really difficult because that kind of went against any of my own personal feelings, moral or ethical feelings. But I did it. And one thing I can say that from this whole, like, that whole experience was that I learned a lot about being what I call a piggy. And what I mean by a piggy is by someone who, it's kind of like what I feel like, not, let's say the fact that we're a democracy or a capitalistic society, but our consumer-driven economy, like the media, it's when you, because I watched a lot of TV too when I was taking the antidepressants, and you're just bombarded with all these things to make you feel good. You know, shopping for this and that, and food, and like being a complete hedonist, which can be a lot of fun, but you don't get a lot done. So I guess living the piggy life, as I call it, like being completely bourgeois for that almost like year and a half period when I was on the happy pills, taught me that that's not me. It didn't work for me. I mean, maybe it would work for somebody else who wants that and is comfortable with that, like spiritually comfortable, or intellectually comfortable with that. But I think inside of me, I was rebelling on a very like deep level, you know, in my intellect, in my soul, against it all, and maybe I was being taught a lesson, and I'm so glad it's all behind me, and that, you know, I'm at peace with the fact that I went bankrupt, and I got rid of like almost everything that I had to like sell a lot of stuff just so I could pay off some bills. So I'm kind of back to where I was, sort of, before I took the Selexa. So it was kind of, for me, like I was sleeping all that time. That's how I feel. Like I was sleeping and now I'm awake, and it's frustrating because I feel like I wasted a couple of 2 years. Because basically it's about 2 years. But I'm really okay with it because now I'm focused again. Except in a little bit of a different way, because maybe the way I was approaching my life is that I wanted, like, even my art to be more or less instantaneous. And now I'm looking at it more as a process, not for gratification. I mean, of course you want gratification out of your art, but more it's the process itself is enough. And living more simply is really good, and more minimally is really good too. It just keeps you honest. So that's where I'm at today. And like, I'm starting over again, I feel like, because I feel like that whole, you know, time of sleeping emptied me out. I mean, I was like really like emptied, and I feel very, consider myself like a hollow woman right now. But even though that sounds really dramatic, it's good, because now I can get filled up with a lot of good things.
You don't seem hollow at all, actually.
But I do, I feel that way. I feel really hollow. Because everything that was feeding me, like, it's gone. It's just gone from my life. I'm sort of, it's like starting over again. I'm trying to figure out, even like career-wise, what I really want to do. So I am. And I mean, it's stressful at times, but it's also very exhilarating.
Good.